Across the world lie the bones of cities that once defied deserts, jungles and oceans. They carved palaces from mountains, measured the heavens with stone, and engineered water to obey. And then silence. No farewell, no final message, only ruins and riddles. These are the forgotten ancient civilizations and the questions they left behind. We're still a very small channel. If mysteries like these fascinate you, please subscribe, like and share this video. Your support helps us keep exploring the unknown. For centuries, its existence was a rumor, a lost city, swallowed by the desert. To reach it, one must first walk the Sikh, a narrow gorge that both hides and reveals. The path is a masterpiece of natural theatre, a prelude to the ingenuity beyond. Then, through a final sliver of darkness, the sun strikes rose-red stone. In the red heart of southern Jordan stands a city chiseled from living rock, Petra. This was the capital of the Nabta, a once nomadic Arab people who chose this impossible landscape for their home. Their empire was built not on conquest, but on trade and an almost mystical understanding of water. 2,000 years ago, the Nabta mastered the art of scarcity, turning drought into design. Their genius was etched into the very sandstone. A vast, intricate network of dams and conduits formed the city's circulatory system. Hidden channels captured winter rains, terraced slopes stored them. Could this delicate balance have been intentional? Underground cisterns released the water, drop by precious drop, in the heat of summer. With water secured, Petra became a nexus for the world's most lucrative trade routes. Caravans arrived heavy, with frankincense and spices, paid their tolls and vanished into the dunes. Petra flourished not by conquering land, but by engineering time. They mastered rhythms of commerce and nature. What if they knew patterns we've forgotten? The most breathtaking expression of this power is Al-Khazneh, the treasury. Its Hellenistic facade seems impossibly perfect, a piece of Athens in the desert. The treasury, its columns burnished by centuries of sun, was not a bank in the modern sense, but a monument to control, of water, trade and reputation, a tomb for a king and a statement to all who entered. And then the quiet decline. Rome annexed Nabta. New maritime trade routes bypassed the old desert highways. Earthquakes bit into the sandstone, damaging the vital water system, and the city receded into legend. No fiery downfall, no cataclysmic end, just a people who slipped behind the curtain, leaving behind a stage set of stone. How does a civilization capable of bending the desert to its will simply step away? Perhaps the answer lies in their nomadic roots, an understanding that survival sometimes means moving on. The Nabta remind us disappearance can be gradual, like sand sliding down a dune, silent until the surface is smooth again. As one world faded, another was reaching its zenith, built not on monuments to kings, but on a revolutionary idea of civic life. Long before Rome had aqueducts, the cities of the Indus, Mohenjo-Daro, Harappa were charting streets on perfect grids. They laid intricate covered drains beneath every home, a feat of sanitation unmatched for millennia, and standardized bricks to a rhythm of order we still admire. This was engineering on an imperial scale, creating uniformity across a domain larger than ancient Egypt. Yet as we walk these silent streets, a profound anomaly emerges. Here we find something rare in the ruins of power. No palaces towering over the poor, no triumphal statues, no kings immortalized in stone. The grandest structures were for the people, great public baths suggesting communal ritual, and massive warehouses for collective security. It was a city planned for everyone, and guarding its secrets, a script that stares back at us, undeciphered. Why does it still refuse us? Or was it a pattern we have not yet learned to read? For centuries they thrived. Their merchants traded beads, copper and cotton across mountain passes and coastlines, their goods reaching as far as Mesopotamia. It was a world built on a delicate balance with nature, the predictable flood, the reliable monsoon. But nature is not bound by human design. The river shifted, the monsoon faltered, and the balance, so carefully maintained for centuries, snapped. The consequences were inexorable. Fields withered. The once bustling streets grew quiet as the meticulous urban order began to fray. Cities thinned, not from war or plague, but from a slow, relentless thirst. Families followed water the way a compass follows north, their vast urban experiment dissolving back into the landscape. No conqueror claimed the deed. No epic remembers their names. The Indus did not collapse with a shout. It exhaled. And so we are left with a society built on a principle that still feels radical. They engineered for everyone, streets, drains, civic order, yet left almost nothing to glorify a single ruler. Theirs is a civilization measured not in crowns, but in wells, a testament to a people who valued water for all above glory for one. Perhaps that is why their silence feels so profound. It is the silence of a story half told, a people whose inner world remains just beyond our reach, a quiet reminder that even the most sophisticated systems are fragile. Deep within the emerald heart of Mesoamerica, the air is thick with the scent of rain and earth. For centuries, this was the domain of the Maya, a civilization that reached for the heavens from an impenetrable wilderness. In the humid breath of the jungle, their temples climb like stone trees above a green ocean. They were master astronomers. From sky-facing observatories, the Maya charted Venus across darkness, calculating eclipses with unnerving precision. Their world was woven into the fabric of time itself, a concept they revered. They wrapped it in a complex system of calendars, nested like celestial gears, the sacred Sol Keen, the seasonal Harb, and the monumental Long Count. Their calendars turned like constellations, a cosmic clockwork of math and myth. This cosmic understanding fueled magnificent city-states. Sprawling centres like Tikal, Karlak Mool and Palenque rose from the jungle floor, their plazas teeming with commerce and ritual. And everywhere they left their story. Freestanding stone monuments, or stelae, speak in a language of intricate glyphs like coiled serpents. Here, the deeds of kings and the outcomes of battles were meticulously cut into limestone, history for the gods and posterity. Then a slow, enigmatic vanishing. Around the 9th century, the great southern cities fell silent. The evidence points not to a single event, but a cascade of crises. Prolonged droughts bit deep, harvests failed. As resources dwindled, rival kingdoms bled each other dry in desperate conflicts. The complex web of trade that bound their world together unraveled. Did climate turn faster than their calendars could predict? This was not an apocalypse, but a transformation. The people moved, abandoning the monumental centres for smaller communities, closer to water, closer to safety. The Maya did not disappear. Millions of their descendants live on today, their languages and traditions a testament to resilience. But the classical political world, The divine kings who built those sky steps, that world faded back into the embrace of leaves and roots. Today, in the silent cities, the loudest sound is growth. Vines erase walls, birds carry seeds into courtyards, stone goes soft beneath moss. The jungle is patiently reclaiming its own. The Maya taught us a humbling lesson. Even a civilization that measured the cosmos can be undone by the earth beneath its feet. What if the jungle remembers more than we do? What if, in the patterns of the vines, the full story is still waiting to be heard? Centuries before the Aztecs, before the Maya rose to empire, colossal heads were lifted from riverbanks and placed to watch the horizon. The Olmecs, carvers of giants, left few words but vast questions. Their art travelled, the were jaguar, the jade masks, the weight of meaning poured into basalt. We call them the mother culture of Mesoamerica because patterns echo from their centres into later worlds. Ball courts, ritual, motifs that ripple through time. And yet, sometime after 400 BCE, their cities dim. Rivers shifted, floods smothered fields, trade routes bent. The Olmecs recede, not in defeat, but into influence, absorbed like dye into cloth. Those stone faces do not speak, but they look as though they are listening. To us, to the centuries, to something older than both. South of Egypt, along a fierce stretch of the Nile, rose an African power that once wore the crowns of the north. The kings and queens of Kush ruled as Egypt's 25th dynasty, their monuments bearing the dignity of two worlds. At Meroe and Nah-Puhtu, pyramids stand clustered like constellations fallen to earth, small in footprint, sharp in angle, and numerous enough to astonish. Kush traded iron, gold, ideas. They were never a shadow of Egypt. They were a mirror with its own light. And still, history's spotlight wandered. Modern memory forgot them for too long. When sand swallowed their cities and empires shifted northward, 1,000 notes of their music went unheard. Some civilizations are not lost. They are misplaced. The kingdom of Kush waited in the desert for us to remember how to listen. Na-Butayon stone, Indus brick, Mayan glyph, Olmec basalt, Kushite pyramid, 5 voices carried on the wind. Not every disappearance is a catastrophe. Sometimes it is a migration. Sometimes a change of course. Sometimes a story written in a script we have not yet learned to read. We imagine civilization as a ladder, each rung leading upward. But history is closer to a river. It branches, floods, dries, and finds new beds. The people do not vanish. They become the current. If you'd like to journey further with us, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. Every new subscriber and each one of your comments means a lot to our channel. Part 2 will explore the realms that blur myth and memory. Like and share this video to help keep these stories alive. And please don't forget to tell us in the comments. Which civilization should we uncover next?